Good luck with your selection in the big one, the Spring Champion Stakes. Now, there's Interstellar on the monitor. Interstellar is one of 4 runners trained by Bart Cummings. Now, the next time he turns around towards camera, have a look at the big white splash on his offside rump. Interstellar with Zamoff getting in the way at the moment, but there it is. He's a real hybrid, Interstellar, and that's just one of those amazing imperfections that can come out sometimes in genetics. Now, Iced Martini going up on the outside of the field. Interstellar is in the gates with Stargazer, Zamoff and Algal. Stylish Century wants to sit back, and the rider's trying to heel that horse forward in the gate. Cool Credit as the inside runner. Now, the New Zealander Bugatti looks to be the only one we're waiting on. Bugatti going up on the outside of the field, ridden by Noel Harris, who had a very successful autumn in Sydney on Our Poetic Prince. Now they steady, and the gates open. They're off and running in the Champion Stakes, and first out is Stylish Century, who began much better today. Select Prince and Cool Credit quickly away. Stargazer rushing towards the lead, followed by Dancing Marlin. Procol Harum a bit deep early. At the head of the others then came Zamoff and Solar Circle, followed by Party Mood and Algal on the fence, and further back Interstellar on the outside of Frosted. A gap then to Ice Martini dropping out last, and Bugatti second last as they wheel to the back. Stylish Century is the leader by 2.5 lengths on Dancing Marlin, length and a half to Stargazer, going a little bit keenly in third place at the moment. 2 lengths away Procol Harum and a half to Cool Credit, a length and a quarter to Select Prince on the outside of Solar Circle, a length and a half to Zamoff, a length and a half to Party Mood, and then Algal and Interstellar on the outside, followed by Frosted and Bugatti, and last is Ice Martini. They're well spread out, and it's a truly run race with Stylish Century carting them along at a very strong gallop. Stylish Century by 3 lengths on Dancing Marlin, 2 to Stargazer in the box seat, a length away Party Mood taking closer order, in on the fence Cool Credit, and then Procol Harum. Solar Circle midfield on the inside of Select Prince. Zamoff is being niggled a bit at the moment. In fact, Interstellar on the outside has gone up level with Zamoff, and further back Algal, followed by Ice Martini, and then Bugatti and Frosted dropped out last. Stylish Century is well clear at the 600 mark. In fact, he went further ahead, led by nearly 5 lengths on Dancing Marlin. Stargazer hard ridden in third place by Cassidy. Party Mood on the outside. Zamoff is starting to work his way into the race, followed by Cool Credit, and then Procol Harum, and further back as they turn the corner is Interstellar. Over the rise, Stylish Century has a big lead. Stylish Century 4 lengths in front of Stargazer, and then Dancing Marlin. Zamoff on the outside is starting to get home strongly, followed by Interstellar. Stylish Century is a mile in front at the 200 mark, though. He's got it won. He's about 4 in front of Stargazer, and then Zamoff and Procol Harum, who said he couldn't run a middle distance. Stylish Century, he's done all of the bullocking in front, and he bolts away with the Champion Stakes. Stargazer second, Procol Harum third, fourth Zamoff, and then Interstellar, Solar Circle, Cool Credit, Party Mood, Algal, then Dancing Marlin, Iced Martini, Frosted and Select Prince, and last is the NZer Bugatti. Stylish Century, there were many who doubted his ability to run a middle distance. Well, he's done all the bullocking in front and won the Champion Stakes by about 5 lengths. Number 1, Stylish Century, Craig Carmody, to pay $8.90 and $3. Number 3, Stargazer, Jay Cassidy, a place dividend of $1.40. And third will be number 7, Procol Harum, a place dividend of $7.70. Well, there's the first little spring upset, and you've seen it on Wide World of Sports.
New South Wales TAB dividends for Sydney Race 4. That's the Spring Champion Stakes. There it is. Number 1, Stylish Century. First across the line, $8.90 and $3. Stargazer, Kenny's Tip came second, number 3, $1.40. And Procol Harum, number 7, third, $7.70. Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney Race 5. It's number 1, Card Shark. Kenny, I hope you put your money on it.
Not a hope, not a chance. I love Kenny Callender, but I'm a bit short this week. Thanks, George. Unless you're a soccer goalkeeper.
Okay, welcome back to Randwick, and coming up next is the Craven Plate. Horses are just starting to move into line. It's the premier weight for age race of the day, and punters have warmed to the top weight Card Shark, and I think they're on the right track. Bookies bet as much as 5 to 1 about the Shark today. It's not Greg Norman, but this horse can lift his legs up and put them down very smartly. I think he'll win. At the moment, he's 3 to 1, which is about his price in the betting ring. Kosh King, the New Zealander, has started to firm. He's into about 8 to 1. The Brotherhood a little easy in the market, getting out to 9 to 1. Periscope is at 25 to 1. Number 5, Gully Gaskins, getting out to 66 to 1. Number 6, Windsor's Pal, about a 7 to 1 chance. He won well here on Wednesday, but this opposition is tougher. Final Scene, TAB number 7, is out to 50 to 1. Melly Boy, 80 to 1. He can find easier races. Galloping Gourmet from New Zealand, he's not wanted. He's out now to about 200 to 1, doubled his price. Comrade, better price in the ring than he is on the tote. He's at 4 to 1 on the tote, about $5.10 on the totalisator. It's Candide, TAB number 11. She's firm, top New Zealand mare. She's into 7 to 2, about $4.40, and will be hard to beat. 25 to 1 Palace Revolt, and Sarah Fay, just a little bit easy in the market, is now out to 20 to 1. Okay, well, there'll be a minute or two before they're ready to race in the Craven Plate. In the meantime, let's have a look at race 5 from Moonee Valley.
Over on the outside is Black and Fast. They're followed by Adam's Mate. Further away then came Lonely Dreamer and a good long gap Rancher's Daughter, followed by Easing Away Anija and well back allowed to Sanders. They make the home turn. Scarlet Bisque was the leader by a half length. The My Bright Boy looming up on the outside, and they're clear from Nib of Silver. Past the 200 metre mark, Scarlet Bisque on the inside is about a neck clear of My Bright Boy, who's challenging Scarlet Bisque just in advance of My Bright Boy, and Prismatic Star flashing home. Scarlet Bisque just in front. She'll win. Scarlet Bisque a half length to My Bright Boy. Prismatic Star third. Then Lonely
Periscope moving forward. Okay, thank you. And the fashions in the field is always a very integral part of the spring racing carnival at Randwick, and believe it or not, the fashions have forced the Craven Plate to be slightly late, believe it or not. So the girls are down there preening themselves in the spring sunshine, and some of them got away with some lovely trophies. And I'd be less than truthful if I didn't tell you that I've been using the resources of my 1050 Zeiss binoculars to have a very close look at some of the fancied ones. Oh, gee, there's some good sorts. There's your compare there wearing the pink ensemble, Angela Bell McSweeney, posing with some of the winners after the fashions in the field. Now, Sarah Fay looks to be the only one to move up. Final Scene reluctant to go in, but goes forward now. And there she is, Sarah Fay, a New Zealand mare from the Bart Cummings stable. She's a daughter of the great stallion Sir Tristram, and there's been a little bit of money for Sarah Fay at long odds. Now, Sarah Fay goes up, and they appear to be all set for a start in the Craven Plate, one of the old races on the AJC calendar. Stalls open, off and running. Card Shark immediately went back to the tail of the field. It's Candide is the first out. Galloping Gourmet, hard ridden in the early part. Mally Boy Crossing is going to lead. Final Scene and Periscope prominent, followed by Sarah Fay. Windsor's Pal settles down midfield on the inside, and Close Handy Comrade trapped a bit deep in the run to the first corner. Further back then is the Brisbane Cup winner Kosh King, followed by the Brotherhood, Gully Gaskins, Card Shark and Palace Revolt last. To the back, and Mally Boy led by about 2 lengths on Sarah Fay on the outside of Periscope. It's Candide in a beautiful spot, fourth on the rail. A length further back is Final Scene, and Comrade is trapped 3 deep as they go down the back, and he looks to be pulling a bit. Then Galloping Gourmet on the inside of Windsor's Pal, and a gap to Kosh King, followed by the Brotherhood, Card Shark, Gully Gaskins, and 4 lengths away Palace Revolt, who's being niggled to stay in touch with the field. In the run to the top turn, and Mally Boy led at a good gallop, a little more than a length to Sarah Fay. 2 away Periscope on the outside of It's Candide, a length to Comrade, who's travelling well and settling down better now. Further back is Final Scene, and then Windsor's Pal, Card Shark and Galloping Gourmet, followed by Kosh King, the Brotherhood. Second last being Palace Revolt, and Gully Gaskins last as they go over the crossing at the 800 mark. Mally Boy led, Sarah Fay getting closer. Periscope in third spot, Comrade on the outside. It's Candide on the fence, Windsor's Pal coming into it, followed by Final Scene and Card Shark, only 5 lengths off the lead. Further back is Kosh King, and then Galloping Gourmet, Palace Revolt, the Brotherhood, and Gully Gaskins last as they turn for home. Into the straight, Mally Boy just led Sarah Fay. 3 deep as Periscope. Comrade makes the bend 4 deep, and then It's Candide, followed by Windsor's Pal, and further back is Final Scene as they come over the rise, where Sarah Fay just led Mally Boy. Periscope, Comrade on the outside, not giving much under pressure. Windsor's Pal, in fact, has gone past him, but the big mare, Sarah Fay, skipped clear. Windsor's Pal has run into second place, but Sarah Fay has pinched a good break, and it's a double coming up for the Cummings stable. This long-striding daughter of Sir Tristram is racing away, and she wins easily. Sarah Fay by 4 lengths, or Kosh King has run second. A great metropolitan trial with Final Scene in third place, and then Windsor's Pal, It's Candide. Then the Brotherhood, followed by Periscope, Mally Boy, Comrade dropped right out of it. Well back Palace Revolt, followed by Gully Gaskins, Card Shark, and Galloping Gourmet is last. The winner, Sarah Fay, number 13, ridden by John Marshall, to pay $21.70 and $4.30 for the place. Number 2, Kosh King second, $2.70. And number 7, third, Final Scene, to pay $10 even. And there she is in slow motion, Sarah Fay winning the Craven Plate. And you've seen her win on Wide World of Sports.
Also, the New South Wales TAB dividends for Sydney Race 5, the Craven Plate at Randwick, over 2,000 metres. The winning number, as you can see there, 13, Sarah Fay, $21.70 and $4.30. Number 2, Kosh King, second across the line, $2.70. And Final Scene, number 7, third, $10 even. Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney Race 6. He's not doing too well this afternoon, but try it. Number 1, Groucho. In hockey news, Australia has beaten the Soviet Union in its second
run is number 1, Groucho. He's well drawn. He's got a big race jockey in Jimmy Cassidy, and I've made him my pick. He's at 9-2. Vitalik is at 11-1. Coal Diesel, he'll be rattling home. He's an 8-1 chance. Don't Play at 9-1. Eye of the Sky at 40-1. Rajamar at 40-1. Planet Ruler been well backed at 11-1. From the Planet at 14-1, Marimbula Bay at 25-1, Our Palliser is at 10-1, Robian Steel, Bart Cummings is winning all the big races today, the Champion Stakes and the Craven Plate. He's at 7-1, well in the market, getting out a fraction now, about closer to 8-1. Temple Front at 15, John Delar 40, Majestic Drums 100-1, My Red Deer is at 30-1, Mystical Prince, he'll be near the lead, he's big odds at 80-1, 40 Prince Trialia, 16 Nenutara, 25 Livingstone Lane, he's got a bit of support in the ring, and 100-1 Come On Up. And the 2 reserves, Our Poverty Bay and Record Dash, never got a run. Here they go, they're about to go. Johnny's ready to call them. I hope he calls Groucho home first.
Thank you, Ken. By gee, the old horse looks a treat, Groucho. I watched him walking down to the barrier. He looked glorious. There's Prince Trialia on your screen there, just getting out of camera's range in yellow and black hoops. Clerk of the course looking resplendent. And what do you think about the old horse he's riding? None other than Ming Dynasty, who could just about go out and beat these now, I'd reckon. Marimbula Bay in the dark blue with the pale green spots, the quartered cap. He won the Doncaster back in the autumn equivalent of the Epsom. Kenny Russell, the rider. Marimbula Bay goes up towards the outside, and they appear to be all set and ready for a start in the big one. Amber light flashing on top of the gates, and the starter comes over to release the field. They face squarely. 20 runners in the Epsom. Temple Front, the inside runner. Majestic Drum stands well with Groucho and John Delar. Gates open, off in the Epsom. My Red Deer is a fraction slow to move at the start, and so was Our Palliser. Marimbula Bay wide out began quickly. Groucho, From the Planet, Mystical Prince are all quickly away. Majestic Drums looking for the lead. Eye of the Sky and John Delar prominently placed, and Don't Play is coming over from the outside. And then Come On Up and Planet Ruler. My Red Deer improving to be midfield, followed by Nenutara. Further back then came Temple Front, a long way back after a slow start. Our Palliser in that bunch is Coal Diesel. A long way back in the field then came Vitalik and Rajamar, followed by Robbie and Steele, and Prince Trialia is last as they come around the first turn. The leader, Majestic Drums, From the Planet second, Groucho third, Marimbula Bay fourth on the outside, followed by Mystical Prince, who looked a dip at the crossing. A length further back as Don't Play, a length and a half then to Eye of the Sky, followed by Planet Ruler. In that bunch, Livingstone Lane, and further back John Delar. My Red Deer on the fence, followed by Nenutara. Come On Up, Vitalik, Temple Front, Our Palliser, then Coal Diesel, Robbie and Steele well back as they near the turn, and Prince Trialia back near the tail with Rajamar. Into the straight in the Epsom, and Majestic Drums the leader from the Planet. Marimbula Bay on the outside. Groucho is tucked in on the fence, can't get a run. Don't Play wide out, putting in his run, followed by Planet Ruler, and Nenutara coming right down the outside with Vitalik at the 200 From the Planet, shot clear of Marimbula Bay. Don't Play, Planet Ruler, and then Coal Diesel coming from the clouds with Vitalik, but From the Planet's got the Epsom won, and the big chestnut is holding them easily at bay. From the Planet wins the Epsom. Now close for second. Don't Play probably second, Vitalik third. Our Palliser flew to be fourth, and then Livingstone Lane, Planet Ruler, Nenutara, Marimbula Bay, Rajamar. Coal Diesel died on his run. Then Temple Front, followed by Prince Trialia, My Red Deer, Eye of the Sky. Well back as Robbie and Steele come on up. Then John Delar, Groucho tired right out of it to run second last. And Majestic Drums is last in the Epsom of 89. From the Planet has spread eagled them in the Epsom, shooting away at the 150 metres and scoring well. Look at the stride on that horse. From the Planet, ridden by the New Zealand jockey Grant Cooksley. He covers an enormous amount of ground. Number 8, From the Planet, has won the Epsom to pay $15 and $5. Now, it's very close second. Don't Play might just get second. That was number 4, a place dividend of $3.80. A Nose in front of Vitalic, a place dividend of $4.40. But number 8, the one in the frame, From the Planet, ridden by Grant Cooksley, winner of the Epsom on Wide World of Sports.
New South Wales TAB dividends for Sydney race 6. It's the Epsom handicap. The correct numbers, as you can see them there, 8, 4 and 2. From the Planet, $15.20 and $5. Don't Play, number 4, second, $3.80. And Vitalic, number 2, third across the line, $4.40. Kenny Callander not having that sort of day that he would like, but he has a tip for Sydney race 7, number 1, Tristana. It's that sort of afternoon, Maxie, when things aren't really...
Elmator 80, reverse past 40. Bistro Miss 80, Jewel Treasures 50, Miss Haughty 50, Poserica 100, Miss Sue, little bit of money, but I think she's out of her depth, 16 to 1, Lawara 200 to 1, Preschool 200 to 1. The 3 in the market, Tristan R 2's on, A Little Kiss 13 to 2, Ochiltree 7 to 1. Here's Johnny.
Pass is the last in. Ken, reverse pass goes up. And now let me have a look here. They might have some sort of a mechanical problem over here at the starting point. Starter Billy Cooper on the left of your screen, making a gesture there to try and enlist some help with this, and I'm blowed if I can work out what it is, but it's obviously something to do with the starting mechanism itself. Action today is at Moonee Valley. Let's have a look at what happened in race 7 down south whilst we unravel the Randwick mystery.
We got Backmonter's dropping out, beaten as they neared the home turn. Tharpaduster by a length on Legless. Marshall third, followed by Masque Boy. Over on the fence behind them, Polished Glass and White on the track. Coyote Guide. It's Tharpaduster being tackled by Legless, who's coming at it down the outside. Marshall and Coyote Guide finishing very fast down the outside. Tharpaduster being tackled by Legless. It won't give in Tharpaduster. It's still in front. Tharpaduster finding plenty. Tharpaduster has won it from Legless by a long head. Coyote Guide's run third, followed.
John Russell was your commentator in Melbourne, and now we're back at Randwick, where starter Bill Cooper is still working on this problem. They seem to have a malfunction with the inside starting stall. Now, there's the battery there. Yeah, the starting gates operate quite differently to the way most people imagine, of course. When the stalls are pulled together, they're done so by magnetic plates, big magnetic plates. Now, when the starter hits the button, he cuts off the power. He doesn't turn it on, he cuts it off. And that, in turn, releases the magnetic plates, and then big springs drag the gates open. Now, I think they've rectified this problem. The problem may have been with the starting button mechanism itself, but starter Bill Cooper seems to have improvised in some way. And per medium of emergency cabling, he now has the electric button in hand, and he mounts his rostrum, and they're about set to run in the flight stakes. All set, off and running, and very slow. A Little Kiss, who was flat-footed after that long delay. Miss Haughty also dwelt at the start. Preschool on the outside, bounded out in front of La Warra. Tristanar well away, so was Dalmator, followed by Ochiltree and Potsarica. Gamine is just behind the leading bunch when they get going. A Little Kiss improving after that slow start. On the fences, Miss Sue, followed by Jolly. Further back in the field, Dual Treasures, and then Reverse Pass and Bistro Miss, and French Gypsy as last around the first corner in the flight stakes, and Preschool led. La Warra Warra second, Dalmator third. Ochiltree is tucked away on the fence and Potsarica trapped out deep going around that bend. Marshall giving Tristan R plenty of time to find her feet. She's running about sixth at the moment. On the fence, Miss Sue, and further back in the field, Gamine, followed by Dual Treasures, and then Miss Haughty and A Little Kiss, followed by Jolly, reverse pass French Gypsy, and Bistro Miss last in a tightly packed bunch at the 600 mark in the flight stakes. Preschool about a neck on La Warra. Potsarica makes a line of three. Ochiltree fourth on the inside of Dalmator. Tristan R striding up three deep, and then Gamine, who'll have to come pretty deep on the turn, followed by Miss Haughty, and then Miss Sue, Dual Treasures, French Gypsy and Jolly as they turn for home. Into the straight at the 400 mark, and Preschool and La Warra are the leaders from Potsarica. Marshall sitting quietly on Tristan R. She's about to unleash, and here she comes. A Little Kiss is looming up, and further out is Dual Treasures at the 200. Tristan R the leader. Ochiltree getting through near the fence. A Little Kiss is tackling Tristan R. Tristan R and A Little Kiss. A Little Kiss has headed the favourite. Tristan R coming again. He's got a bit up his sleeve on A Little Kiss though, and this filly's going to score an outstanding win. She was last out of the barrier and first home. A Little Kiss beat Tristan R. Ochiltree third, fourth Dual Treasures, fifth Gamine, and then French Gypsy, reverse pass Bistro Miss, Dalmator, Miss Haughty, and then Jolly and Potsarica, Preschool, Miss Sue, and La Warra weakened to finish last in the flight stakes.
This is a New South Wales TAB dividends for Sydney race 7, the flight stakes, and as you can see, Tristan, which was Kenny's tip, second there. The winner, A Little Kiss, number 2, $7 and $1.80, and Ochiltree, number 4, was third, paying $1.60. Okay. In motor racing, 9 times Bathurst winner Peter Brock has recorded the fastest ever qualifying lap for a touring car at the Mount Panorama circuit.
It's in today's Fian Stakes at Moonee Valley. It was the third year in a row the Rogue has had his colours lowered in the Fian as the New Zealander Our Westminster equalled the course record. The first on the program was won by No Rules. This was the first of the 2-year-old races for the season. He started at 7-1, or she did rather. The Colts came out in the second and ran better time with Max Tempo scoring at 7-1, and he did look quite impressive. The third went to Ralsify, the Bush champ, who started at 11-8 and favourite. Then the fourth, the Fian.
So they race past the 300-metre mark, nearing the turn now, and Beau Rogue in front of half a length to Our Westminster. White's got him wound up and he's level with Beau Rogue round the turn. They turn together now and Our Westminster took the lead. He's drawn a length in front of Beau Rogue, who's under the whip. Then King's High, it's Our Westminster in front, holding Beau Rogue at bay. A minor ball over, he's chopped him on the line, but Our Westminster has won it by about a length and a half to Beau Rogue. And third placing is King's High with Hunter's Ace.
There was a protest fight in which was quickly dismissed. Our Westminster picking up an additional $65,000 bonus as well. Now
Mind
the
My
look at the dub.
on the outside, and Scarlet Bisque, the 2 speeds to settle down to battle it out from Nipper Silver, Prismatic Star. Scarlet Bisque the inside and Mind My Boy the outside. Scarlet Bisque under Hands and Hills finding plenty, and the mighty little mare won it by a long neck to Mind My Boy, and third Prismatic Star.
Scarlet Bisque 2 Speedy easing out dramatically to 9-4, but making it 3 out of 3 over the course and distance. Shoemace won the next. He started at 33-1 and smashed the course record. Now the second leg of the double.
In the straight now, and Tharpa Duster, the leader from Legless, trying to wear him down, but inclined to run in. Tharpa Duster just in front of Legless, and Tharpa Duster won it by about a long neck to Legless. A length and a half away, third Kiowa God just in front of...
Tharpa Duster at 10s over Legless and Kiowa God, the favourite, made up ground. And the last went to Lady of Perfection at 10s over the favourite Infinite Charm. And third was Happy Features. Daily double today, 1 and 7, 33.55. The extra paid $383.95. The quadrella, $2,758.05. They kept getting bigger. The quad extra, $10,431.30. In Sydney, the Bart Cummings trained Stylish Century gave them a galloping lesson in the Spring Champion Stakes, and an equally impressive win by From the Planet in the Epsom.
Century 4 lengths in front of Stargazer, and then Dancing Marlin. Zamoff on the outside is starting to get home strongly, followed by Interstellar. Stylish Century is a mile in front at the 200 mark, though. He's got it won. He's about 4 in front of Stargazer, and then Zamoff and Procol Harum, who said he couldn't run a middle distance. Stylish Century, he's done all of the bullocking in front, and he bolts away.
And certainly there were some staying reputations dented in that race, with Stylish Century winning easily at 13-2. The Epsom, the big mile race, was next.
From the Planet, shot clear of Marimbula Bay. Don't Play, Planet Ruler, and then Coal Diesel coming from the clouds with Vitalic, but From the Planet's got the Epsom one, and the Big Chestnut is holding them easily at bay. From the Planet wins the Epsom. Now close for second. Don't Play probably second. Vitalic third.
And it was From the Planet at 12 to 1, ridden by New Zealand jockey Grant Cooksley after a string of top riders had to knock back the mount. And of course we've got Moonee Valley racing again tomorrow, and Courts are the star attraction there. As we have a look at the tips, Courts are to win the Moonee Valley Stakes, although it's a very good field to beat Prince Salieri and Zabeel. Checking the daily double, it's 8 and 1 into 5 and 9. The extra 1 and 7 into 1 and 8. For the quadrella, I like 1, 8, 3 and 5. And the quad extra, 8, 3, 5 and 1. And may they all hurry home. Peter?
Thank you very much, Greg. Catch up with you next week.
Okay.
On to the weather. And despite some earlier fear...